Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. 1036 days less the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Following Russia's large-scale attack on Ukraine on Christmas Day that we reported about yesterday, US President Joe Biden said that he has directed the Pentagon to boost the supply of weapons to Ukraine, reports Ukrainska Pravda. He said that hundreds of air defense missiles have already been provided in recent months, with more on the way. Quote, in the early hours of Christmas, Russia launched waves of missiles and drones against Ukrainian cities and critical energy infrastructure. The purpose of this outrageous attack was to cut off the Ukrainian people's access to heat and electricity during winter and to jeopardize the safety of its grid, unquote. Biden stressed that the Ukrainian people deserve to live in peace and safety and said that the United States and the international community must continue supporting Ukraine until it triumphs over Russian aggression. General Keith Kellogg, Donald Trump's special envoy for Ukraine and Russia, has condemned Russia's large-scale Christmas Day missile strike against Ukraine on X. At the same time, he didn't call Russia by name in his post. Quote, Christmas should be a time of peace, yet Ukraine was brutally attacked on Christmas Day, launching large-scale missile and drone attack on the day of the Lord's birth is wrong, unquote. Kellogg added that the world is closely watching actions on both sides. The US is more resolved than ever to bring peace to the region. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family, as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian military, the Russians are trying to break through to the city of Pokrovsk, Donetsk Oblast, through the flanks and encircle it using superior forces and formations of three armies, reports Channel 24. Viktor Trigubov, spokesman for the Hortitsa operational group of forces, said that the Russian command throws all available forces forward to Pokrovsk and tries to break through the Ukrainian defense. However, there have been no battles in the city and its suburbs so far. Even Russian sabotage and reconnaissance groups were not able to get in the city and its outskirts. Trigubov also noted that the Russians are avoiding frontal battles and plan to gain a foothold on the outskirts of Pokrovsk, as the fighting in the city itself is extremely difficult. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military command confirmed reports of the Russian media about the strike on the city of Lvov in the Kursk region of Russia, reports BBC News Ukraine. The Ukrainian forces stressed that the target was the command post of the 810th Marine Brigade. This formation is stationed in Sevastopol and is currently actively participating in hostilities against the armed forces of Ukraine in Kursk. The post was located in an abandoned civilian building in the settlement of Lvov. Head of the Center for Countering Disinformation under the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, Andriy Kovalenko, reported that as a result of the strike, the Russians suffered significant losses among the officer corps. Ukrainian war correspondent Andriy Tsaplienko indicates that the deputy commander of the brigade, Salim Pashtov, was killed. Russian military groups also write about losses among the military. The city of Lvov is located 30 kilometers from the front line in the Kursk region on the highway between the cities of Rylsk and Kursk. The Ukrainian armed forces began an offensive operation in the Kursk region in August, and as of the end of December, they hold an area of about 500 square kilometers. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, a non-commercial initiative of just two people, and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.